Good morning, everybody. Ooh, it's so loud. Everybody is getting awake. I would like to give you a warm welcome, and I would like to take the opportunity this morning to give you the latest update about Automechanika Frankfurt. So let's start. Well, I would like to give you some information. The presentation, you will get a card. There's a QR code on the back side. You will get also press releases, the latest statements of Automechanika Frankfurt. So my colleague John Newmer will be so kind and provide you with a card and the QR code. And that's good for Hervé because it's also in French. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for us it has been a tough time during the last 2 years because of the pandemic, but we are back and we will restart, and the Automechanika Frankfurt will take place from the 13th till the 17th of September. But before I'm coming to Frankfurt, I would like to give my colleagues here who organized Automechanika Istanbul a big applause. My team here in Istanbul and Deutsche Messe AG, because this show is really awesome. And what we see here is really that it's personal encounters matters. So it's so good that we have the chance here. And the last show in Istanbul we had 7 months ago, and it's really a big success to have this event. And if you see the numbers also concerning the visitors and how many different countries are coming to Istanbul, so I'm really thrilled and I'm very happy and proud. Thank you so much to all of you. The Automechanika Frankfurt remains the most important Automechanika in the portfolio. You have seen we have 13 shows in 13 countries at the moment, and Frankfurt is coming up, and we have such a huge support from the industry, and this gives us the obligation to do a very good event in Frankfurt, and at the moment we are pretty much convinced that we can deliver this, because Automechanika is a neutral platform for the automotive industry. So therefore, we have to make sure. I told you 13th till 17th of September, and we took the decision because you might know that the exhibition schedules, calendars changed a lot due to the fact that we had the pandemic. We have to take care that we get the right venue slots. Other exhibitions have the same issue. So we took the decision that Automechanika Frankfurt stays in a biennial cycle, but we will be in the even years, so 22, 24, 26 and onwards. So the message here is that 85% of the exhibitors are saying the Automechanika Frankfurt is the most important show for the automotive aftermarket, but I'm pretty sure if we would see the figures from Istanbul this time, it might be even a higher percentage, and that's really cool. The brand of Automechanika is very important, and in the exhibition industry there is no other brand which is so important, and this has certainly to do with our industry, the aftermarket industry, because the automotive industry and the aftermarket industry is a global acting industry, so therefore we have to make sure that we serve our customers in the market which they need. And we are sure that that will stay like this. This is something which makes me very happy, that especially the decision makers are saying, and 7 out of 10, we have to be there. So the decision makers are coming to Frankfurt, and this is for the media, for you guys, but also for the companies who are taking part, a very important message. So it's the global showcase for the automotive business value chain. And when I'm talking about the value chain, you know that we have a lot of issues at the moment. The transport routes are blocked, we have sanctions, we are after pandemic, and we have the issue of the chip crisis. So there are a lot of challenges, but I think we have also a lot of opportunities. And we should take the opportunities, and especially for our industry. And how we can achieve that? I think innovations becoming more and more important. We are living in times where we have a disruptive situation, and we know that there are a lot of innovations coming up, and we have to make sure to give these innovations at our platforms the right space. So if I'm saying this, we have to make sure from our side that we are giving the innovations in the future the right platform. We have to motivate the startup companies to come to our shows to show their innovations, and if they do so, this will be added value for all of us. So in the exhibition industry, you always have to improve your concept. You have to adapt, you have to fine-tune, because the markets are changing. And if so, we have to make sure that we adapt our product in the right way, like Ghazi is doing this in Dubai. Welcome, Ghazi. So this is very important. And we want to achieve that. We putting the innovation and trends in the first place for our Automechanika in Frankfurt. And we did a relaunch for the Innovation Award. I will tell you a little bit more in a minute. On the other hand, we have a special showcase which we call Innovations for Mobility. And how we will achieve that, I will tell you. As I told you, we can see it here right now. It's so important that people meeting personally. And this is our business model, and it will stay our business model. Having said that, on the other hand side, we know and we learned that there must be also a digital edition, that for all the people which don't have the chance to come to a show, to receive the content and make sure that they are participating in the event as well. If we have the chance to meet each other, the main target is that we really want to talk. We will talk to each other. There are so many news in the market, in our industry. We have the challenges, we have the opportunities, and therefore we would like to give the audience the opportunity to have networking areas. If we have the networking areas on the venue, and you know the venue of Frankfurt is quite large, so we will make sure that we have certain areas where people easily can meet, sit together, as we do it here right now. There is something new. And on the first day, on the 13th of September in the morning, we will organize for the first time, together with our partner ZF, a CEO breakfast. We are very happy to announce that Mika Häkkinen will be the keynote speaker, and I think everybody will be excited. And this is also something to bring the CEOs of the bigger, smaller, medium companies together. It's not about that only that Mika Häkkinen will tell us something, it's also, again, the networking opportunity. Some of you might know that in the past we always had the Automechanika Oktoberfest, which were earlier than the Oktoberfest in Munich. But we thought that we have to find a new kick, and again, people would like to talk, and therefore we decided to have every day from the 13th till the 17th happy hour. This will start at 6 o'clock until 7, and it will be two areas, one in the east part and one in the west part of the venue. Well, what are the main topics this year at Automechanika? And then I give you an overview right now, and then I break it down a little bit so that you will know. As I said, trends and innovation, this is for us at the moment absolutely priority. But we are learning also due to the fact that we have the Green Deal 2030 in Europe, that sustainability is becoming more and more important. And this is not only something for 22. This will stay with us at least for the next decade. As I said, networking is very important, but we have so many changes right now in our aftermarket industry that certainly it's important also for the audience, for the visitors, to get the knowledge transfer. We have to learn every day to get better for our industry. Here is another issue. The automotive aftermarket industry is lacking of talents. And we are proud that we became a member of the association IAA for Talents. And so we always did our Automechanika like academy, like we're doing it here. And so education and training is also absolutely on our list. The issue is not only in Germany, it's not only in Europe. To finding new talents for the automotive aftermarket, it's a topic which matters worldwide. So, innovation for mobility. The topics you can see, of course, you all know, it's e-mobility, it's about the batteries. There are a lot of things to be discussed, but we would like to take care also about the alternative drives. It's not only e-mobility, it's certainly also hydrogen, the direct burner and fuel cells, which are important. And in some countries, like in Poland, but also here in Turkey, LPG is a very hot topic, and we will discuss also the bio and refuels to synthetic fuels. This is also something which is pushed at the moment from the European Commission, And I think that we will have some new rules and regulations in Europe, and this is also what we have to take care. A decent topic, connected car, with the operating systems which are becoming more and more complex, the software, and we have also the topic of autonomous driving. It's quite easy, and I think companies like ZF and others, they are able already to do the autonomous drive, but only in lanes which are strict. You know, if you come to the normal traffic in our global cities, this is still a challenge, and we need the right infrastructure here. So I'm talking about 5G and other things. Anyway, it needs to be discussed, and we will have a lot to tell. The special shows the format. We have 5 models, different models. We have, of course, the product showcases. I told you that we will do everything. We will support, we will push to have the right startups there. The third, which is also interesting, is the science lab. This plays a very important role for the universities because they would like to show what are the latest developments, and they are working very hard. They are connected already to the industry, so it makes sense. I told you about the networking lounges that we give the chance for the opportunity to meet. And as I said before, the Automechanika Academy plays certainly also an important role. Having said that, we can do this only because we have good sponsors. This is an investment also from our side, but I think it's worthwhile. And you can read, we have some famous companies who are supporting the academy. And when we are talking about knowledge transfer, that's certainly something what you have to remind. Coming to the future mobility park, experience, utilize, connect. We have been asked to make out of the static show, the Automechanika, we have to make sure that we give not necessarily entertainment, but to make it a little bit proactive for the audience. And therefore, we come up with this idea of the future mobility park, and this is a scene where you can see that people can be more active. They can try out the e-scooters, whatever. So we'll have a display area, we will have a test area, and of course info area where you have eat and talk, the check-in area, and also company presentation. So this should make it a little bit more active for the visitors and the audience. I told you about the innovation, that this is priority for us at the moment. And in the past we had a jury which contains only from German people, professionals of course. So we thought it's much more sense to have international expert jurors. So we could gain some really professionals from different countries around the world. So we will have Ben Bucato also from EMA, from the US, for example. We have Stuart Charity from Australia, from AAA. We have another 2-3 gentlemen. I think we have also ladies, which plays an important role. And during the opening yesterday, you have heard my colleague from Taisrat that he is pushing to bring more women into the industry. And so I'm very proud that we here in Istanbul have also the Automechanika Women Talk, which will take place this afternoon, and Ishi will be there. So I really can just advise you to take part in that, because that's interesting. The categories will be e-mobility, data and connectivity, workshop and service solutions, parts and technical solutions, body and paint, car wash and care, accessories, customizing, commercial vehicles. Commercial vehicles, you can see here as well, we have a lot of parts, we have a lot of companies which are involved not only with the cars, but they providing also systems, parts, components for the truck business. So therefore you see that we have this truck components and therefore it's certainly a highlight. And last but not least, motorcycle. The awards ceremony will take place on the first day in the afternoon at the fairground in Frankfurt. The criteria Automechanika Innovation Awards, so of course they should be innovative, they should be economic efficient. We have, especially in these days, the user benefit and friendly, to be user friendly. We have the aftermarket relevance because it's our industry. We have safety and quality, sustainability, and the contribution to the environmental protection. As I said, this goes in line with Deal 2030 of the European Commission. I said that one of the focus topics will be sustainability in the upcoming decade. And so therefore we could achieve that we will have a remanufacturing day on the 14th in the afternoon, and we're doing this in cooperation with APRA, which is the Automotive Parts Remanufacturing Association. They are valuable, they are competent, and they are really good partners, and they will make sure that they deliver the content for the companies. In addition to that, we have a special interest. We have the remanufacturing competence logo, and this identifies the companies in the exhibition offering their products. In addition to that, there will be the Climate Day, which is organized by Nexus Automotive. It will be one day earlier. They wanted to do this Climate Day in Stockholm, but I mean, the industry is coming together in Frankfurt anyway, so it makes much more sense if we connect each other. And so therefore on the 12th in our Cup Europa, it's not directly in the fairground, but one of our two Congress Center, we will run together with Nexus Automotive this new initiative, and this is undertaken by the major aftermarket players to engage against the climate change. All automotive aftermarket Climate Days members will take concrete commitments during the event, and so we will have and learn results out of that. We are quite happy. A couple of years ago, when we tried to launch our Festival of Motoring in South Africa, which will take place in August this year, we got in connection also with FIA, the World Association for the Automotive Industry and the motorsports, sorry. So we thought it makes sense to have a little bit of gaming into the whole thing, and so they had the idea to organize this international competition, and this will be the drivers who drive smart, environmentally friendly, and safely score points. And the winner out of this challenge and competition will be honored at the Automechanika in Frankfurt. We promoting each other, we are supporting and sponsoring the event, so it makes sense for us, makes sense for FIA, and we always would like to bring partners together in this direction. The current event is running until the end of June, and as I said, the winner will be honored in Frankfurt. Talents, education and training. We are the platform for young talents and skilled workers. So we have to get the best out of it, and how are we going to do it? We will have a new association, I will tell you in a minute, and we should use the Automechanika Frankfurt as a platform, as a neutral platform to bring the youngsters in. But it's not only Frankfurt. As I said before, this is an issue where we have to deal with all our Automechanikas and use all our Mechanicas of the brand. So we'll make sure that we give space for the youngsters, for the talents to join the automotive aftermarket industry. So the new association is called Talents for AA, and this association was founded by the big guys like Bosch, Schaeffler, ZF, and so on, Denso, and we became an honored member. So we would like to make sure that they can use the platform of Automechanika. As usual, we will do in Galleria bringing the pupils there, and they have always a little bit of fun. We're using, of course, the Automechanika Academy for that, and the young people would like to learn how they can work into the aftermarket industry, and so therefore it makes absolutely sense. Of course, we will have the trainings with focus on collision, damage repair. I show you some pictures, a lot of fun, action. As I said, we have to make sure that our event is more proactive. The training workshops in detail, these are the different topics. I don't have to read all of them. You will find all the information. You will find all the information, as I said, on the QR code, which you can download. Yeah, very nice. So, coming back, a wide range of topics at Automechanika Academy. Innovations for mobility, workshops of the future 4.0, a very interesting topic. We have the remanufacturing day, the car wash and care and detailing. Classic cars is also full of emotions. We have the collision talk. This was by far the most wanted event. And we have always people which certainly have not the same opinion, so there is an active discussion, and it's worthwhile to listen to this gentleman. So I'm really excited about that. In our industry, 3D printing plays more and more important role. Messe Frankfurt is organizing also in Frankfurt a show for 3D printing, which is called Formnext. So, of course, we are working very closely with our colleagues, and we would like to implement much more knowledge from this part as well. We will have the IBIS panel discussion, and last but not least, the e-commerce topic, which will be for the first time sponsored by eBay. They have to tell you a lot about the e-commerce in the aftermarket. So we are quite happy to work together with eBay in this direction. I told you already about the networking areas. We will have few of them on the whole fairground during Automechanika Frankfurt, and it should be the central contact point which invites visitors to stay. As I said, knowledge transfer, learn from the experts and make new contacts. And on the other hand side, we have the possibility to connect with speakers or experts, initiate new business. We have to take the chances. We don't have to see always the risk. We have to take the chances. We have to see opportunities and where you can do it better than on an Automechanika in Frankfurt, where you have all the business guys, all the people, the startups coming together. And it really matters. Personal encounters matters. So, some feedback where we are at the moment for the Automechanika Frankfurt. So far we really got very strong and heavy support from the industry, and they stated the Automechanika Frankfurt is the most valuable Automechanika, and we have already a very high internationality. In 2018, which will have been the 25th edition of Automechanika Frankfurt, and it might be the biggest ever. We had 76 countries. So far we have application from companies out of 66 countries. We know that the companies taking decision very late in the last moment, so I'm pretty sure that we will achieve nearly the same number when it comes to participation from different countries, and this is showing the world is coming together in Frankfurt as the world is coming together here in Istanbul as well, and this makes it valuable. Well, you all know we had the COVID, there is the war and sanctions. We have also facing the situation that a lot of Chinese companies are not able to come to our shows at the moment. Of course, we will have also Automechanika Shanghai this year in December. You all know that the situation in China is not so easy. So we won't have so many Chinese companies taking part in Frankfurt, but we see this around the world, and that might be also, especially for Turkish companies, an opportunity, because the supply chain management is telling us that we need new resources. We might need new routes concerning logistics, and of course a lot of business is done in Europe, and therefore they might look for new tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 suppliers, and the Turkish companies certainly should use this opportunity. This is briefly, or I just would like to explain to you, we have actually two different parts. We have the west and the east part, and on the west part we have mostly the parts and components, but also electronics and connectivity, whereas we have body and paint and the classic cars and dealer workshop management and accessories and customizing on the other side of the venue. And as I said, we will have the happy hour, so we will have one part here, one part in the west part of the venue. And you can see we expect really that we will get in shape, and it will be maybe not so big as in 2018, but I'm pretty sure we will come very close. Very briefly, you can see which companies applied already. That's just some highlights for accessory and customizing. We have the product group Body and Paint. We'll have again the World Championships for Body and Paint, Car Wash and Care. And here I would like to draw your attention that we are working now with, and in cooperation with the International Detail Association, IDA, which makes it much more valuable. Classic cars, it's really emotional and people love it, especially the visitors, but even the exhibitors going there and have a look. We all love cars, and it's always a little bit of emotion. Then, of course, we have the product group dealer and workshop management, and the diagnostic and repair, which is maybe one of the biggest product group, or we have the most participants here. We have electronics and connectivity, parts and components, of course, plays a very important role for all Automechanikas. And besides our product groups, we have also special interests. And you see the logos over there, so the visitor easily can identify if a company has products, for example, for trucks or caravan or even for motorcycles. So around every fifth exhibiting company presents components, spare parts or tools for trucks, buses, or even vans. And the logo should indicate that they have the products for the special interest as well. So what are the highlights not to miss? We will have again, and we did it in September last year for the first time, the body and paint competition. Again, it was a huge success. People loved it. And this time we'll have the motto of mobility in transition, which makes absolute sense. For all body and paint professionals to show their skill to the public and to an expert jury. And the winner last time won a ticket to South Africa for 2 people and accommodation for 5 days. So, and they have been really happy, excited. We will have the award ceremony on the 16th of September, and we are happy to have also here quite substantial sponsorship. Future Mobility Workshops 4.0, the innovation showcases, a training center, and test lab for the car dealers and workshop. There are a lot of changes going on in the industry at the moment. They have to get and to gain the latest information. This is important for their business. So therefore, it's absolute valuable topic. Of course, we have the showcases for the technology, processes, and business models of the future, and we are offering automotive professionals valuable expertise and new ideas for their own work in the future. This is so far the information about Frankfurt. If you have any questions or remarks, I'm more than happy after the session to answer you all your questions. As I said, the automotive aftermarket platform number 1 is the Automechanika brand and family, and we will come up with some more shows internationally. You have seen the destinations at the moment at the beginning, and after Istanbul we are going to Johannesburg, and then we're going to Astana, Ho Chi Minh City, Mexico. Then from the 13th till the 17th we have the Automechanika Frankfurt, and then after that we have Buenos Aires, Automechanika Dubai, and hopefully Automechanika Shanghai by the beginning of December. We can be only successful if we are working together, and I think this is very impressive that we have more than 120 international partners, associations, sponsors, which are following us, working with us together, cooperate with us, and this makes the whole brand of Automechanika so important. We will offer also a new media package for the media. As I said, we will have a digital edition, but the main focus is, of course, the physical event in Frankfurt. So you can have a present at the fairground and you can display your applications. Your profile will be in the catalog. There's a standard package, and you can online booking doing right now at automechanika.com/register. The digital present I told you, and this will be a customized company profile, German and English, and the publications will be in the exhibitor search online, which makes it much more easy to be found. We will have, of course, the Navigator app, so the digital event platform will take place, and it will be open for exhibitors on the 1st of July. Do you have any questions? As I said, I will be here around. If you have some questions, I'm more than happy to answer your needs, your questions. Thank you very much for your attention. Please, go on.
My name is Ashraf Kara. I'm coming from Egypt. Simply, I have a small question concerning your expanding your brand name worldwide. I know that you spend a lot of time to expand your brand name worldwide, but what about North Africa? I see that the latest years there is a lot of growth in aftermarket and spare parts and services field in North African countries, especially in Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia as well. I'm not speaking now about Egypt. So do you have any plans to go to these markets after Johannesburg in the African continent, or not yet?
Ashraf, thank you very much for your question and your remark. I think if you see the map of Africa, you're right. There's South Africa, where the automotive industry is playing an important role. You have a lot of car manufacturers in the southern part, or especially in South Africa. And there's another spot, and this is for the car manufacturers at least, it's Morocco. You're absolutely right that also for the aftermarket, also for the tier 1 and 2 and 3 suppliers, the North Africa market is playing a more and more important role. And we are in negotiation with some association. You know, in the countries which you mentioned, there is a kind of competition. And to have an Automechanika is an obligation as well. And we have to make sure that we deliver the right quality. So we're looking into this at the moment, and we'll see. Maybe during Automechanika in Frankfurt, I can tell you much more. Maybe we can announce something. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take the chance, because my colleague Anna Manvelova from Russia is here. You might have seen that there is no MIMS Automechanika Moscow on our list anymore. Messe Frankfurt has decided, and this was a political decision, that Messe Frankfurt is or will not act anymore in Russia. For me personally, it's very sad, but we have to understand the circumstances. And so therefore we took back the license. We sold our business to the management of Messe Frankfurt Russ. And I just can tell you that ITMF, the daughter company of former Messe Frankfurt Russ, will continue to run the show in Moscow. It's not called MIMS Automechanika anymore. It will be called MIMS Automobility. And if you have any questions and remarks, please get in contact with Anna Manvelova. Anna, please stand up. So we would like to support our colleagues, our former colleagues, of course. But as I said, for political reasons, Messe Frankfurt decided to step out of this market for the moment. Do I have some more questions? Hervé, you wanted to ask me something. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention, and happy to see you on one of our Automechanikas in the future. Happy, Gazi, you wanted to invite everybody, right? Thank you so much.